Okay, spawning to the bottom right of the map. In red is the SK Telecom player, runner-up of the last WCS Korea. It is SoO. Ended up losing out to Deer in the finals. He's up against Cal here, otherwise newly known as GooJIa. Let's just call him Cal for now, because this is a little bit strange.
He's known as Cal, so you guys definitely know this player.
Yeah, just recently came out of the military. Again, you know, Brendan and I have lived in Korea for quite some time, so we can give you guys like Korea culture updates, but in Korea you have to serve 2 years military service, and so he did that.
As a Korean male.
As a Korean male. As a female, you do not have to. Thank you for clarifying that.
Korean culture lessons with Wolf and Brendan.
Gender lessons with Brendan specifically. he's actually very much better at genders than me, so I get confused.
Wolf not exactly sure about genders.
I'm always like, at least once a day I see somebody from behind. It's like, is that a guy with long hair, or is that a girl that looks kind of guyish?
Yeah, it's not too uncommon to see out here. A lot of guys rocking that long hairstyle.
But you always know. You have like no mystery.
I just, you know,
you have that sense.
I see it in the way they walk. I don't know.
I'm able to like see somebody's hairstyle and tell you if it's a good hairstyle or not, but not necessarily whether it belongs to a female or a male.
I mean, sometimes you see a long hairstyle and you say, well, that could look good or bad depending on the person, on a man or a woman. So, you know,
sometimes I'm just like, I need to see the face, because that's kind of a feminine outfit that guy / maybe girl is wearing. Because if it's a feminine guy and I see the front, maybe I'm like, you know what, that he pulls that off. It looks kind of feminine from the back, but if you see it in front, I'm like, yeah, he pulls it off really well. But it could also just be a girl. It depends on the body type. Depends on how far away I am.
Yeah, I mean, the difference between, you know, the Western world and here in Korea, in the Eastern world to be specific, well, first of all, just throwing down that pylon to block the hatchery, so it's going to be a bit of a problem for SoO. But guys out here are allowed to dress more femininely, and they're not, you know, scrutinized for that.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's sometimes the root of your problems with identifying your gender, but...
Yeah,
you know,
it can be.
There's less scrutiny about, you know, whether or not you're dressing like a girl or, you know, whatever, and it's nice sometimes, you know, because a lot of guys can actually pull off that style and get away with it. I'm not that guy, but there are guys, especially the Asian Korean guys, that definitely can pull that off.
They know how to do it. But basically what we saw with the pylon block is just a minor annoyance to SoO, because here's the big picture. Now he has to take a double expansion very fast. He can't just let the third sit over there and then expand to the third base late like he would want to behind speed against a gateway expand. So what Cal accomplishes, that is to say, is to come over here with a gateway expand, force a fast third. And now he's got SoO right where he wants him, basically saying, okay, you have a fast expand to the third base. I have a gateway timing I can use, and you have to be scared of that. I might not even necessarily use it, but I've forced you into this corner where now you have to have 3 bases quickly, and with a gateway expand against you, if you're SoO, you're not very comfortable right now.
Yeah, he's definitely not. There's going to be an uncomfortable time here where he's just getting those 3 bases up. He's going to be like, well, do I drone hard? You know, there's some aggression could come out. One thing I want to see is, you know, was SoO watching that first game with Coca? Maybe, you know, in this position you need to know like whether or not aggression is coming out. Maybe you get that overlord speed.
Well, you know, it's definitely something he could consider. Ooh, that probe.
Oh, gets the probe.
Nicely done there, but just going back to what you said, in this case with the gateway expand, and actually now he's already, you know, been able to completely clarify its gateway expand, which he knew when he got this early in the logo anyways, but he's just hanging around, and it's a lot of gas to spend against an aggressive gateway build and overload speed, which if you got overload speed against this, like, it could help you if Cal doesn't attack, but in the case that if Cal did attack, it could be basically him seeing with the overload speed like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
And we do have Cal dropping here a little bit. The Korean commentators are very handsome.
Yeah, those guys look pretty good.
They look good. We look good too. So everybody looks good here. And oh, look at them again. Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Whoa!
Now we're floating in StarCraft.
That's actually how we should commentate. I want
that would be cool, actually.
I want us to
like
be
have our little heads in the bottom right or something.
I want me to be like on the left and you to be on the right. And when we look at each other, like right next to each other, like we're looking at each other right now, it looks like we're like looking through the game at each other.
Yeah.
That would be cool. We need to conversation about this, but it is Stargate play coming out here, which is a common for us world, as you pointed out.
Very, very common. Just doing a little bit of cute aggression here. Coming in with 2 Zealots and a Stalker. It's going to force SoO to build some of those Zerglings to defend. doing a good job so far. Probably just trying to do as much aggression, just annoy SoO as much as possible, maybe pick off some units, and we actually see an Oracle coming out here, probably looking to go aggressive with this, actually.
Yeah, he's going to poke a little bit, and what he's doing with his Zealot right now, which I believe is happening on the mini-map, I can't see 100%, but I think he's trying to work that Queen down a little bit lower health and to sacrifice those Zealots. And when the Oracle comes in, he can maybe kill the Queen, and then have the drones you know, sniped after that. So that's what I expect that we may see. But everything you said is true. Basically what he wants to do with these first few Zealots is poke a little bit, get a little bit of harass, but the big picture idea is that SoO now has to make units. He actually has to make, you know, Zerglings instead of drones, and that puts, right now, Cal in a great position, despite the fact that his computer seems to be in a less than ideal one.
He's in a good position in the game, but as far as his internet is going, it's not looking so good.
Somebody already voted him out. I see that on CPO on the right side. Like,
someone's like, get out.
Like, we can't kick Cal out of this game. Luckily, we have the technology. We can rebuild the game if it goes down. SoO will lose an Overlord here. Cal's computer may be having some funky bumps in here and there, but his kill performance is still completely intact. 2 spores going down well, because the Oracle aggression is all the Mothership Core here, and he will get the Queen. Does he get out of there, though? Tanking actually a little bit here with the Mothership Core to try to get that probe, or drone, I should say. That was well done.
Yeah, that was well done. Able to get 1 probe there. Or drone.
See?
You're getting in my mind, Wolf.
I'm getting in your head.
Just some cute harass, not going too aggressive, throwing up that Robo. SoO has a nice little Zergling there, ready and watching to see when Cal, if he goes for that 3rd base, will put that down. Building a bunch of roaches here is SoO.
Yeah. And the lair timing here is like, it's not ideal. It's a bit late, but he's just been having to deal with the Oracles and the harassment so much that it's kind of affected his timing here. And also, he didn't do the ideal build where he would want to take his 3rd base. There's a lot of aggression coming out here. This is also part of the reason why it's late, because he puts so much gas into these roaches. He's trying to get those sentries down. The Void Ray is going to laugh at the face of these units. And in my opinion, I'm no scientist, but I feel like this is not a good trade for SoO. He's putting so much larva into this instead of drones. As you can see, as our observer is highlighting yet again, he made a bunch more Zerglings because he kind of has to. And these roaches are going to get nothing done. This is a wasted investment here.
He has this Void Ray here just ticking down on these units. He's probably going to try to deny the Spirit. I guess that's the play here while he gets his Spire up. This is going to allow him to do more stuff at home, but he's just going to lose all of these units. Like you said, these are units that aren't going into drones.
Yeah. If he can get into here, though, things are a totally different story. He will have to cancel this. There's the cancel. Beautifully done by Cal at the last second. He's going to need a warp in at home, though. That is not enough. Warps in the sentry right away. Will lose the Stalker, but actually for all the Zerglings that he killed, pretty good trade. Can he save the sentry? No.
Sentry goes down, and that's already 4 sentries that SoO has gotten here, so that's definitely going to affect his play in the mid-game when they do go into those engagements. He's not going to have those sentries or any sentry energy to do those force fields, and at the same time building that Spire, still building a bunch of Zerglings.
He didn't see it.
Yeah, he didn't see it.
Oh my
God,
he was
so close.
If he saw
I thought he was going to go in there and scout it, but he just was barely out of vision.
Okay, so that attack that we saw from SoO was like, it was a big investment, but what he's doing here is actually going into double expand with Mutalisk. This is the best way to handle exactly what he's seen, exactly what he's scouted, and this is really going to throw Cal off guard. Cal doesn't know this is coming. He's making Colossi. He's researching range. He's spending all of his gas on the wrong tech to deal with Mutalisk. He doesn't have cannons up.
Yeah. He's only now building his Twilight Council.
This is going to get nasty. If the Oracle sees it, he will have some time to prepare, but right now he has no idea.
He still has not scouted the Spire. He has no idea, like you just said. All he has is that Stargate maybe to throw out some Phoenixes, but it's not going to be enough.
Ooh, this is not looking good for Cal. I really like this mission going into a 3rd base against a normal Zerg composition with Hydras and Roaches. And later on, of course, the Hive Tech, but against Mutalisk, this is a rough place to be, and it's still unscouted. There's only 4 Mutas there. Well, there's no cannon. And I don't even know how many Stalkers he has. I know he doesn't have a lot. That's for sure.
It's very little. You could see in his army comp, he had a lot of zealots. He's spending a lot of that gas on that tech, and here come the mutas. They are going to do a bunch of damage to these probes.
Yep, and there's so many more mutas now together, making more mutas at home as well. So many probes going down here. The Zerlian's distracting. Meanwhile, on the third base, and Cal is starting to fall apart here like a building built on a poor foundation, because he built his whole build on the foundation of it's going to be Hydra Roach, it's going to be a normal Zerg play. He only has 3 Stalkers left, and the Mulist here alone may actually end the game. The Void Reef charges up, but those Mutas are not armored units.
He has so many mutas, and Cal had 4 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, and a Void Ray. And now he's going to try to attack here, I guess, but SoO with 2 extra expansions coming up, he's just taking out these Colossi for free. All he has is Zealots and that 1 Immortal. There's nothing that Cal can do against this. He's going to try to come in here and kill some buildings. He's not even going to get the hatchery. So many Zerglings coming in here as well. Going to deny this perfectly. And now even just looking at the supply, 69 to 152.
That's not the good kind of 69.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That is definitely the bad one. The bad kind of 69, at least for Cal.
Yeah, every now and then you get the bad 69. This is it. This is it for Cal. He's
trying to build Stalkers. He's trying to defend this, but there's nothing he can do against this amount of mutas. He has almost 20.
This is what I like to call the surprise mutas. It's some people like surprises. I'm not one of those people. I really don't like surprises. And
I do know this about you, Wolf.
You know this about me, and I'm a Pross player as well, like you. And when I get those surprise mulas, I'm not happy about it. There's the GG.